everybody. I hope you're all doing really well today. I wanted to first of all, of course, thank everyone for your support on my first video back on YouTube. I've been calling it and referring to it as my pilot video back here on YouTube. I had so much fun filming that, and I really hope if anyone here today has already seen it, I hope you enjoyed it too. I'm really excited to build something here. One of my goals here is in the future to have a video posted talking about something to do with motherhood or marriage life or adulthood, and the comments be a place where advice is given, support as well, and I think that would be a really lovely achievement. Actually, on that note, this morning, it's a Sunday. It's currently a Sunday. We had a lovely evening yesterday. We had our friends Hannah and Rich and Emma and James over yesterday to watch the rugby, and we had a takeaway, which wasn't very healthy of course, but it was a lovely treat. And Hannah and Rich have a daughter as well called Romilly, so she's only 3 months older than Etta, so it was nice for Etta to have a little bit of a play date. This morning I've decided to wake up and begin the week with a fresh perspective, and how I've begun doing that on a Sunday is I've gone through my social media and done a cull, and I think this is one of those things. It's so funny because I never used to do this because I'd never want to upset anyone. I remember I did it once, and I would have a couple of very old friends or friends of friends, it would somehow get back to me, they're like, oh, Tessa unfollowed me. And then I felt mortified and I stopped doing it. So I'd end up following these people that I had absolutely nothing in common with, and it does nothing for my soul and mind by seeing their posts. And that's such an unhealthy way to be. So I've decided to do a nice cull this morning of who I follow on Instagram, with absolutely no shame given, no holding back, and I feel better for it already. You have to be so aware of the narrative that you are feeding yourself and how that can affect your mindset without you even realising it. I was watching an influencer's YouTube a few weeks ago who was talking about how they had a radio station on that they wouldn't normally, and it was saying how, oh, miserable weather music, and that in itself is making you feel negative towards the weather, the country, the climate, and therefore you're gonna feel your mood lower from that for the rest of the day. You're gonna look out and you're gonna look at the weather and feel angry perhaps that it is miserable weather, quote from that radio station. Whereas if you're listening to someone who is talking about things such as the weather in a positive light and in a positive way, naturally you will feel more positive. And I think it's one of those very small things that may seem insignificant, but actually control your entire day and your entire week, and therefore your mundane, your life. What you're feeding yourself needs to be taken more seriously. So I've made a list on my phone of reasons to unfollow someone, and I would really encourage you to get your phone out and go through your Instagram followers and ask yourself these questions. Okay, so I'm going to read them to you. Does this person's content inspire me or hinder me? Do their values align with mine? Does their content resonate with me in a positive way? And on that note, I just want to say, for example, when I was younger, I remember I'd follow all like the Victoria's Secret supermodels and influencers of that kind, of that category, and it was because they had like the perfect body. So I would follow them because I wanted to feel motivated almost to get the exact same body as them. But actually I realised that was a very toxic thing to do, because I was constantly making myself feel not good enough every single time I would see them post and see what they looked like. And then I would look in the mirror and I would instantly compare. And I think that created a very negative time in my life without even realising why. So that's why I've written that one. Do they support my journey too? So obviously this isn't going to happen with such as celebrities and content creators that you don't know personally, but people that I've grown up with, friends that I've made over the years that perhaps I don't see anymore. Even if you don't see them anymore, are you still supporting each other and your milestones in life? For example, it was very, very eye-opening when I had a baby to see who said congratulations, who reached out, who gave their support, and who didn't. It was incredibly eye-opening. The amount of people that you see watch your story and didn't even like give it a little like. Having a baby, for example, is a huge thing, and it's a dream come true for anyone, especially having a healthy baby. So if someone doesn't want to give you their support in that moment, I'm not sure why you're watching my stories every day. If you're not there to support me, why are you watching, you know? So that was incredibly eye-opening, and vice versa. Obviously, do I support them? Do I want to support them in what they're doing currently, or is what they're doing in my eyes negative for that person, the person that I knew, and therefore I need to remove my virtual support because maybe it is enabling them by having so many people watching, and maybe I need to remove myself. Is their content calming and aesthetic? Of course, aesthetic is a visual idea, right? When I say that, I don't mean do they have pretty pictures. I mean, does their aesthetic make you feel calm? I am so incredibly affected by my environment. It's wild. Where I live, if I don't like my surroundings for whatever reason that may be, I can feel my mindset dimming and the light inside me darken. So I make a considerable effort whenever I move into a property, a letting property or whatever, or even a hotel where we'll go away for a holiday, I don't know, to make the environment a space that encourages my positive mindset. Go with your gut. Go with your gut when you go through your list of who you're following. You will find that when you see certain names, your gut might drop because of a memory, a link to an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, or an embarrassing night out, or something will have happened perhaps that when you see a certain name, it makes you feel embarrassed, unhappy, nervous, uneasy. Any of these emotions, listen to your gut instincts and unfollow that person. That is my list that I go off. Hello? Sorry about that. I just completely cut you off because Tom, sorry, don't you look at my feet. Tom is in the office. It's a Sunday and he's gone purely because we are changing mortgage brokers, which is very frustrating because it's delaying us offering on the house that we want, that I mentioned in my first video. But I know in the long term, this is a really positive idea. And the mortgage broker is actually a family friend of mine that we're changing to. So he's now sending everything through so that first thing tomorrow morning, Monday morning, he can hit the ground running and we can hopefully get an offer in by the end of the day. That is our wish. Anyway, I'm so sorry for the digression there. That is my list that I put to you, and I really encourage anyone and everyone to do that cull of who they follow, especially on a Sunday, to start the week with new influences. I think is very, very important and a wise idea. Don't be worried or afraid of upsetting anybody, because at the end of the day, the only person that matters is you and your mindset. The only house that matters is the one inside your skull. That is the house that you will live in every single day, all day, for the rest of your life. You need to make this house a positive, happy environment. That is the only one that should matter and should take full priority over anything else. Now, I'm going to stop being so intense and serious, but I did want to say that because I do take it seriously and I don't think enough people do. Leave this topic there and we're going to get on with the day. We are potentially going to go to the aquarium, which is so exciting, to take Etta, our baby girl, to see the turtles, the seahorses, etc. It is a bit of a drive away and it is already midday, and it is pouring with rain, which is absolutely fine, doesn't matter because we're inside. However, with Tom in the office getting these documents together, will we get there? I'm not sure. Should we save it for another day? Perhaps. Anyway, we will see. We'll definitely be taking Etta out somewhere, so I'll take you guys along. And we've got a big week ahead for a lot of reasons. So please do join the ride and stay tuned. That was a radio station, Fun Kids. And actually, on that note, if someone could please start a radio station for toddlers that is consistent, because that radio station is so funny, because it'll all of a sudden be like Justin Bieber, which is nothing wrong with it. I love the Biebs, but Etta doesn't necessarily need that do you know what I mean? I don't even think that was a tune. Whereas I want to find a radio station so badly that really is like bananas in pajamas, or baby shark, do you know what I mean? Sorry about the recital that you just received. Anyway, it's just annoying that there isn't one that's like consistently kids music, that makes her excited, that songs that she recognises. Even having like Miss Rachel on there as like a guest presenter, like that, Etta would go wild for that. So yeah, basically we're going to collect Etta today. She's only had a half day at nursery, and we're going to go to Burford Garden Centre. Not for the reasons that you may have already seen on YouTube. I know it is a fan favourite, a popular destination in the Cotswolds for a lot of reasons. First of all, it is the Harrods of garden centres, and by that I mean it's beautiful. It's got absolutely everything, all the higher end brands of the garden world essentially, but it is very expensive. But it's lovely. It's a day out, to be honest with you. It's not just your regular garden centre, so it's worth it in a lot of ways. But actually the reason that I'm going today with Etta is because there is a area called Little Burford, and that is a kids area, which is so cute. It's got clothes, it's got toys, it's got like a cinema area. You can kind of take them in there and they can watch a bit of the film if they wanted to. It's just really sweet, and everybody's lovely. It's lovely and cozy. It's just fun. Etta's eyes are like wow whenever we go in. She absolutely loves it. I'm definitely going to go and get her a little toy. Nothing crazy. I actually have a bit of a tip for dropping off at nursery. When she very first went to nursery, I really thought about how I wanted to kind of wave goodbye and say goodbye and that walk out the door moment. Because I think, even at our age, I think the word goodbye is quite intense. Like my dad, for example, doesn't really say goodbye. He said that it makes him emotional. Probably because we all live quite far away from each other. But I don't want to say bye and that be like a dramatic final feeling for her, if you know what I mean. My mum's telling me to say, which I love, just going to go get some milk. I'll be back to collect you later. I think I'm going to say I'm going to go and walk your doggies and I'll be back later. It's one of those things where I think if you're just saying bye, 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 then I think it will feel quite stressful for them and intense and dramatic as well. I've seen, when I dropped Etta off a few weeks ago, I saw it happen, and it was interesting because it's a baby who's always crying, which is so sad and so heartbreaking. But she was very much, nothing wrong with that at all. Obviously everyone's got their own parenting, obviously completely respect everyone's method, but I think not saying goodbye, saying I'll be back in a minute, is a much kinder way to leave their emotional awareness. My personal opinion, I am absolutely boiling. I've got the lurgy, guys, again. I'm so unwell, and so is Tom, and Etta has been on and off for weeks, but they all are at nursery. They just keep passing different flus.
to each other. Anyway, I'm going to go and collect our girl. I'll see you at Little Burford. This is a big splurge for us. Really don't go and buy her fancy outfits because of how quickly they grow out of outfits. I really don't do it. I don't splurge. I thought I would growing up when I think about when I have a little girl, if I'm lucky enough to have a little girl one day, I'm gonna dress her like as a princess basically every day. Look at that, it's a little bunny's face. And then I love this fabric. I don't know what this fabric is. Is that, no. Anyway, little dungarees as you can see, and a vest underneath, and then it's got a little bunny in its pocket, so almost you're getting a little toy for free. I just couldn't walk away from it. I sent a photo to my husband and he was like, right, okay, so that needs to come home. That is gorgeous. Although I got it 18 to, why are the dogs going nuts again? Edinburgh, why are your doggies going crazy? I got 18 to 24 months because although I'd love her to wear it right now, what are you doing? With how cold it is right now, this will just be covered by a coat. So I figure spring, summer and autumn, this will have its moment, won't it? Are you okay? Have you got water everywhere now? How cute! Do you like it? I think it's so cute. And on that note, actually, I have something that I can't believe I haven't already got for my baby bag, and that is these. Okay, so this is a real important tip that I want you to take seriously. I never really comprehended. Obviously, I'm chucking the milk bottle into my bag and milk is spilling even just a little bit. And then now I'm putting the beaker of water in my bag, which obviously is meant to not leak, but it does. Because when you're out and just being a mum, you're in a rush. Well, you're not in a rush, but you just dump things in the bag, right? Oh, wowza trouser. Just something obviously I don't want to get wet. So this is a very big tip for your baby bag. Yeah, this is a big one. This back into my bag. Can I have a cuddle? Oh. Ah! Ah! Have we had another poo? I'm gonna go and do her nappy and then we're gonna get out the house, aren't we, Bubba? Then we're just gonna go to the park. We love going to the park. Find a little play area, let her run off her rough. Team, we are back from our Cirencester town kind of mooch. I just filmed so much whilst I was walking and then I dropped my camera. So I can confirm you cannot drink hot chocolate, push a pram whilst feeding your toddler snacks and vlog at the same time. So in case anybody was wondering, you cannot do it all. But I just wanted to talk about, we came across the most beautiful shop and I thought it was a kid's shop, but actually it's got women's wear in as well, which I stayed clear away from because I'm in that kind of mood where I just want to treat myself and I'm feeling a bit sorry for myself with this horrible flu, and the house buying process has been really, really messy this week. So I'm feeling like I just wanted a little bit of a treat, but nevertheless I'm not going to spend the money. However, somehow I can justify every single time getting at her a little gift. So from this little shop, look at this bunny! Isn't that the most beautiful bunny you've ever seen in your whole life? The bow, the colour, it's like a mauvey kind of minky colour and so soft. So this is going to go straight in her Easter basket, which I've already started to fill. And this has arrived as well from Etsy. I love an Etsy find. So I'm just going to get a normal wicker basket. You can get them on Amazon for maybe £6. Put this on the side, put this in. Also, I'm going to put in her outfit from Burford Garden Company that we got, that I showed you earlier in this video, which is just so cute because that's got a little bunny on the sleeve and a bunny in the pouch. I'm going to put that in the Easter basket. And then a couple of other things as well. Probably just go to Home Sense and kind of get some bits and bobs. And do you know what? I actually really want to normalise not just immediately going for an Easter egg, a chocolate Easter egg. Trust me, I am a chocoholic. I have the biggest sweet tooth you will have ever seen. And I think that's probably why I'm keen to keep Etta off sugar for as long as I possibly can. She's had a tiny bit, but nothing ultra processed. I definitely will not be giving her chocolate at this young age, at this Easter. Next year, sure, I probably will. As a generalisation, I will always get her one chocolate Easter egg because I understand the symbolic nature of it from a religious point of view, which I think is beautiful. And obviously it's a delicious treat, and for some reason, who knows why, I don't know, chocolate tastes better in egg shape. It just does. Chocolate eggs are just stunning. But nevertheless, I do want to normalise not just immediately going for the chocolate Easter egg. But I think when you see people kind of fill a dining table full of chocolate Easter eggs, yes, obviously that's very cool and great for the gram and a dream in many ways, but also it encourages binging, right? It encourages that binging mentality. Binge eating is obviously an unhealthy thing to do. I really want to make sure that Etta's relatives, as she grows up, will get her maybe an Easter themed colouring book or an Easter themed outfit or something else other than just reaching for the chocolate egg. She will always have one. She will obviously always be involved in that part of Easter. But I also just want to make sure that I am very aware of what we're teaching her. And binging is not something I want her to be familiar with. It's the same with Christmas time. I think you should only have 1 or 2 Christmas presents. I think a full stocking full of presents is a bit unnecessary. Growing up, we were very lucky to go on holiday each Christmas, so that was very much the gift. And we would get a token present on Christmas Day to open, which was probably a bracelet from one of the ladies on the beach that they had handmade the day before, which was absolutely lovely. But I never had that huge stocking with presents overflowing. And I think that's lovely. Obviously, everyone wants to spoil their child 100%, but once again, I think it's a little bit unnecessary, maybe. This is just my point of view, obviously, and definitely there probably will be some years where I give her loads of chocolate eggs and I give her loads of Christmas presents. But as a whole, I just want to make sure that I am aware of what that will be teaching her. Whew. Honestly, I'm not joking. This is the worst cold I've ever had in my life. It is very, very aggressive on your chest. I'm going to end this vlog here. I've really loved this one. I hope I haven't been too heavy. I know I've spoken about some bigger topics. Maybe we'll lighten it up in the next video for sure. And as I said, house updates will be in the next video because it has been a wild, wild old week. Very much up and down in terms of news and conversations with the broker and the accountant, so I actually don't know which way this is going to go still. Hopefully it'll be a happily ever after, but we shall see. Today is Valentine's Day, so if you're watching this on Valentine's Day, sending you all the love in the world, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!